It's your favorite girl, favorite Brit. Please let me know if you guys can hear me. Anybody, somebody, anybody. Today I'm going to discuss when you have high self-esteem, you can't befriend or hang with women who don't have high self-esteem. So I'm going to discuss two different scenarios, like, well, three different ways on why you can't, because it will go left, okay? So I'm going to discuss, hey, can you hear me? Hello. I'm going to discuss relationship and dating, and then I'm going to also discuss like socially, like going out, hanging out and stuff. So, can y'all hear me before I get started? Because my video was acting up a minute ago. So, I hope y'all can hear me. Hi. Whoever's watching, hello there. So, um, when you got high self-esteem, you can't hang with everybody, okay? Because you feel highly of yourself, right? You feel good about yourself. You feel, you got standards, you got requirements, you got this type of way of living, right? Women with low self-esteem, they have a mindset of like, who do you think you are, type of thing, right? And a lot of women always like will try to shun you and talk you out of you feeling good about yourself, or requiring more, or having more standards than someone who won't raise their standards, right? So I came about this topic because I was just talking to somebody, um, a family member. This girl, this girl got high self-esteem, right? She real strict. She don't play about dating and men and stuff. So I call her a runaway bride. This girl called off her engagement, right? And so somebody else was, asking, inquiring about the guy and stuff, and what happened and all this, and trying to like ask her like, are you sure you wanted to call off the engagement? And, oh, he wasn't that bad, and blah blah blah. And the lady who called off the engagement, runaway bride, was like, I'm not doing that. The red flags were there before the wedding. Can you hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Runaway bride was like, the signs were there before the wedding, and if I get married to this man, it's gonna be more times 10. Hey, can you hear me? It's gonna be more drama times 10, because homeboy was cutting up. So runaway bride left, and the person was asking runaway bride like, trying to inquire, are you sure? And he wasn't that bad. People do that. They'll try to talk you into staying. Thank you. Yes, like the stream for me, please. They'll try to talk you into staying, talk you into being complacent with them. And if you're a person with high self-esteem, you're just not going. You're not going. You're not going for that. You're not playing no disrespect. You're not tolerating no disrespect. If you already set boundaries, firm, strict boundaries on your requirements and what you expect out the relationship, and this one over there still testing your boundaries and your standards, when you a person that really love and care for yourself and got high self-esteem and respect yourself, you're going to walk away. You're not going to sit there and give it 50-11 chances because Diamond down the street wants you to give 50 chances, because she gave her man 50 chances and she wants you to be like her. I also learned people don't understand that type of strength that you have to be like that. So when you got a strong, when you got a strong mind, and like, okay, this not about to work for me. Some people will get jealous of that. Some people will envy that. I done had somebody tell me they envy my strength because I was able to leave a long-term toxic situation. And it's like, don't envy it. All I thought about was my future, and I don't want to live this type of life the rest of my life because we're not getting no younger. That's the mindset I had. Just like, okay, I got to get out of here because We're not getting no younger. Time ticking. And you should have that same mindset too. And work on your self-esteem and don't feel like you got to stay stuck, trapped, or you scared to disappoint the family. You scared to disappoint the partner that you leave and you don't want to be there no more. You scared to start over. That's another fear people have. Scared to be single, scared of what people gonna say. And the thing about that is you gonna stay and risk your sanity, you disrespect yourself, disregard your feelings, and just get stumped over and trampled all over. That don't make sense. And also, if you a woman with high self-esteem, be careful with family and friends, because sometimes family and friends will do that too. They'll tell you to stay. They'll tell you work it out, thug it out. They'll tell you, depending on the situation, of course. But you got to be careful with who you listening to and what their situation look like. Because if they with Billy that been dragging them for 50 years, they ain't got no self-love in them. Why the hell would you listen to them? If they with Tyrone, or they with, what's the name I be seeing work at the car wash? The car wash man will always say, if they with him for 50 years and he ain't doing much of nothing and he don't even know how to treat her, reciprocate back to her, and she trying to give you advice on your relationship, don't take her advice either, because she don't got no self-love in herself either. She ain't got no self-esteem in herself. So no, you don't want to do that. You want to trust your intuition, trust your gut, trust your gut, and don't listen to people with low self-esteem, because low self-esteem people, they can't be alone. They give you bad advice. They envious. They jealous of your strength. They jealous of your will to walk away. Also, they scared to start over because they don't want to, throw away what you had. See, me, I crash and burn all that shit. Crash and burn it. The roof is on fire. I will burn this shit up. I will crash and burn it. I will let it all go. I will throw it all away. Okay? At this age, you can't be just playing with your time like that. You can't be playing with no grown, able-bodied man that know what the hell he doing like that. Because they know what they doing and they testing you. We grown and sexy over here. We done the work. Also, when you're a woman who've done the work. Ooh, that's a good one. When you've done the work as far as reflecting on your love life, your family dynamics, you've been in therapy, you've reflected on your traumas, your triggers, your background, all that stuff, all that internal work, working on your attitude, working on your mouth, working on what you can improve as a lover or partner as well. When you've done that kind of work, and you talk to a low self-esteem woman who tolerate anything, it's like apples and oranges. It's two different worlds. So I just recommend you don't even talk about that type of stuff. But those low self-esteem women, they make their whole life about a man. They make their whole identity in their life about a man. And they, it's like when you a person who just cool on that, like I said in my last video, was it the last 2 videos I posted? The first or second one, I said that people be desperate to make you desperate, because they be desperate. They want you to be desperate. And you got to be very careful with that, because if you a woman who done the work, you got to be careful. Yeah, you can date. Self-accountability is king. Yes, it is. You can date. I ain't saying be single forever or nothing, but just be careful who you take advice from, because a lot of people that got low self-esteem, girl, don't listen to them, because they gonna be hating anyway. And then don't let you have high self-esteem and pick a good man. They gonna really be hating. So you can't win either way. They want to drag you down. They will try to drag you down any kind of way. So you gotta be careful. The way that lady was sitting there, I was just talking to a runaway bride, and she was telling me how this lady kept hounding her about, well, y'all could have worked it out and all that shit. Just because you wanted to stay and work it out for 50 years and it ain't going nowhere, runaway bride didn't get down like that. She got the hell on. And so some women also some people, some women's tolerance is low, especially like these younger women, these young girls. Well, not young girls, young ladies. These young ladies' tolerance is low. They don't play no games. They learning from our mistakes, because I know for me, I always tell the girls, don't be like me. Don't be shacking up young. I would tell a young girl in a minute, do not shack up in no 21 like I did. Don't do it. Dang, all these people at the gate out here. Should I let them in? I'll let them in. Anyway, yeah. So, next is the social thing. So when you got high self-esteem, you can't hang around women who got low self-esteem in a social setting either, because if you the life of the party, anything like me and my peeps, you the life of the party, you cute, you vibing, you dancing, you doing your thing, or even if you by yourself, hanging out by yourself, really watch your back when you by yourself. Because some women will try to set you up, or they be giving you funky, snarky looks. I remember one time on vacation, I was in Chicago, and I was making a video, and it's making my story on my phone. And I didn't realize till a year later, y'all, when I was making one of my videos, just, in the camera looking cute. We in Chicago, whoop-de-doo, da-da-da-da-da, I look back, because I like to reflect on my, when I'm in the bed, sometimes I like to reflect on my vacations when I'm bored after I'm moisturized and showered. I like to look at my vacations that I've been on. A year later, after this vacation was over, I watched that video. Do y'all know I caught a girl cutting her eyes at me? That could have been jealous, though. That ain't got to necessarily be low self-esteem. But I'm just saying, when you got high self-esteem, you feel yourself, and you feel good, and you cute, you turn, you lit, you bubbly, you happy, be careful. Because I did not know, and I was with that girl the whole time in that group. So, I can't believe that. I found out a year later, homegirl was cutting her eyes, rolling her eyes at me in the video. Why you mad? Because I'm happy enjoying myself on vacation. Weirdos. So be careful when you got high self-esteem, y'all. I'm telling you. That's why I'm funny acting now. I don't be liking that. I do travel still with people, but it's a, a good, 2 people, 3 people at the most. So just love yourself. And everybody be talking that love yourself, self-love stuff, and okay, it's cute online, but is y'all doing it in person? Is y'all doing it to other women? Cap. Be capped out. Be mean and nasty to other women. Be sitting here wanting another woman to hate herself because you hate yourself. That ain't cute. That ain't cool. And it ain't cute because you don't know what this woman done been through and had to fight and climb hurdles through to get to have high self-esteem. And to get to the point like, oh no, I'm not dating this person. Oh, I'm not marrying that. Oh, I'm not, just cause she don't want to do it, you can't make nobody do it. You love Jesus. Self-esteem is beautiful. Amen. You can't make somebody want something that just cause you probably living through them low key and won't. If you had the opportunity, you would jump and break your neck to say yes to it. This woman over here that got high self-esteem, she would take the risk and say no to it. So you can't be, you shouldn't have did that. Oh, you shouldn't have left him. Y'all could have fought through it. Y'all could have worked it out. Yada, yada, yada. No. You can't listen to them. You can't hang around them. Because also, when you pretty and look good and, dressed up and stuff, it be the funky little, snarky little comments. It be the, you wearing that today? Oh, you wearing makeup or all this? You wearing heels like in Chicago too. That same girl, she made a comment. Next time I'm bringing my heels. Ain't no bitch finna outdo me. Ain't no bitch finna outshine me. And then start laughing to me, I'm just playing. Girl, you was not playing. You serious. That's some hater shit. And I learned then, like, oh no more girls trips for me. No more. That was the last girls trip I was on too. I had a ball though, but her little snarky, little slick comments and her not having her self-esteem checked at the door was a problem for me. So it was like, yeah, no. If you know you into heels and you like to dress it on up, dress it up and make it real for me. Another woman wearing her heels shouldn't bother you. If you got your shit on, put that shit on too. Like I said in my last video, me and my cousin went on vacation. She made me put my heels on. I wasn't hating that she had her heels on. I wasn't trying to do all that. Normally I wear heels all the time, but I wasn't in the mood for that. I'm not like, I'm on family vacation, whatever. You know, I'm just on chill mode. It wasn't, she get on heels. You ain't about to outdo me this next year. I'm going to be ready. There's no bitch finna outshine me. I'm just playing. It was like, girl, you can't hang around that crap. You can't. You cannot. And it's always going to come out because that low self-esteem reek through your pores. Now, let me talk about that. You might got low self-esteem because something that happened to you in your life, something tragic, and you ain't never healed from it. Or you might got low self-esteem because your mama or your daddy made you the emotional puncher bag, or talked to you nasty and disrespected you, or told you wasn't good for nothing, or told you was ugly, or told, you know, all that crap that them toxic parents say. That's probably why you got low self-esteem. But you need to fix that and check it at the door because it's not cute. You might got low self-esteem because some dude told you weren't never going to be nothing, or you're just good to lay down in the bed with, or whatever the hell lie they done told y'all. Don't believe it. You got to be so cocky. You got to be so cocky and conceited, damn near borderline narcissistic. You got to be think so highly of yourself, you laugh when somebody say some craziness to you. Ha! I know you lie. Ugly. Start laughing at them. Like, I know you ain't mean that for real. And then start looking in the mirror like, ugly. Who? Or, you ain't gonna never be nothing in life. I ain't gonna be nothing. I already done did stuff. See, but that's part of having confidence in you too. So that ain't really, other than self-esteem too, but because it breaks down your self-esteem, but it's confidence on knowing you that, okay? You got to know. You got to know you ain't putting up with that. You got to know, you over here lying. You done had a baby. You tried to you thought you was about to have a baby on me. You tried to have a baby on me and I done sent you back to the girl. Or you tried to think you was about to move in and play and you got put out. You gone back to your mama house. Or you tried to, play mind games and try to tell me I'm not smart, or whatever guys do, okay? Whatever they be doing or parents do to try to push your self-esteem down. You gotta be like, psh, they is mad, they hating. They mad, y'all. They be mad. So you just gotta be thinking like, the perfect person you could think you is, and I ain't gonna say Beyonce. Y'all know Beyonce always my number one answer. I'm gonna say Mariah Carey this time. You need to have a I'm the shit Mariah Carey attitude, okay? When you just patting your face, blotting. When they in there over there lying, or you finish in school, you ain't gonna never be nothing. You stupid. You just gonna be a waitress forever. Yeah, okay. And I'm over here studying in the books about to pass, about to graduate next year. Yeah, I'm so stupid. Yeah. Okay, yeah, whatever. You gotta be unbothered like, and then get out of an environment like that with people like that anyway. You gotta be like, I'm so the shit. You need to be arrogant like Gucci Mane. I should do a video of all the arrogant men I love. Cause I kind of like arrogant men, cause they gotta it's crazy because men can get away with being arrogant, but women, if we do it, we think we all that. Oh, she only act like that because she got that weave and that BBL on her head. Oh, she just got them lashes on, so she thinks she the shit. Oh, I'm gonna do a video on all the arrogant men and confident men that I love. I'm gonna actually mention some guys I know in real life too. That's like, they self-esteem is up there, boy. Bring back those kind of men. Bring back them kind of men that think they all that and ain't bothered by no woman, beauty, brains, or personality. I got self-esteem because my mama told me I had it and I didn't argue. Period. You sure do. And when you got self-esteem, it shows too. It ain't like you gotta just walk around with a t-shirt. Hi, I'm Brittany and I have self-esteem. Your actions gonna show. Your behavior is gonna show. It's gonna show on how you move and how you carry yourself, what you tolerate, what you deal with, what you got around you, what you allow around you, what you allow around you, what you allow around you. That's gonna tell it. That's gonna tell it. That's gonna tell it. Now, self-worth, I did not have the best self-worth in my youth. The self-worth was in the trash, okay? I ain't gonna lie. But I always thought I was the shit. Big or small, I always thought I was cute. I always thought, okay, something ain't adding up. I always questioned stuff. I always had a mouth to ask questions and talk back. I always had all that stuff, self-esteem and confidence. But the self-worth wasn't there. Self-worth wasn't there. I ain't gonna cap. Self-worth was not there. But over time, as I grew as a woman, it risen. It has risen. So, you are not who you were yesterday. Period. Every day we growing, over here at least. Quality queens. Every day we growing and glowing. Hello. Gotta love yourself. You sure do. You speaking the holy truth. Positivity means a lot. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So, yeah, and I do feel sorry for the women who have low self-esteem, because a lot of times it don't be their fault, because it's something about that childhood. Something happened in that childhood. 10 times out of 10, some type of something happened to them. Some kind of trauma been exposed to them. Something they shouldn't have been, some situation they shouldn't have been in happened to them. And, some circumstance happened to them and they just never really, got that love poured into them for real. So they just, self-esteem be low. They be dating anybody, hate themselves, hate other women, project onto other women, try to drag you down with them because they date the car wash man. And they don't understand, how are you over there? You saying you want a man with a career. You want a man that's not a felony. You over there saying you want a man to travel with you and bend you over the balconies. You want a man to take you to the DR because you already been 3 times. Who you think you is? That's what they think, because they don't know that it's more to life than the car wash man who making false promises, who ain't treating you right, who blacking your eye every week, who giving you 6 kids. Well, he ain't giving you. You doing that too. It takes 2 to tango. But you get what I'm saying. Who giving you and Rebecca around the corner 6 kids apiece. Y'all got ghetto twins. Every year, y'all having a baby competition. You think ain't no other life better no other man better outside of Tyrone at the car wash. Or you think it's no other life outside of that ghetto life. You can't believe you could just be single and happy. Or you can't believe you could just be focusing on your goals, focusing on your dreams, focusing on your passions, and working on all that trauma you got. You can't believe that. It just sounds impossible, don't it? The only way is with Tyrone at the car wash. No, it's not the only way, y'all. I'm living proof. It's not the only way. You can be a runaway bride, like my girl did. Or you could be like me and put them out and send them on back to the sender. Send their ass back to sender. Send them back to their mama house. You could be like me and do that. Or you could just sit back and watch karma get all of them. But you ain't got to deal with crap from nobody. You don't have to deal with that shit, okay? Ain't nobody putting no blicky to your head, okay? Ain't nobody putting nothing to your head that made you stay. Ain't nobody put a blicky to your head that made you have 10 kids with him. Ain't nobody put no blicky to your head that told you to run from your trauma and run from your problems you trying to work on. Because you need to be doing that instead of trying to date a man. A man, the last thing you need to be thinking about. Because you gonna keep attracting them Tyrones because you ain't working on yourself, number one, and you ain't got no self-esteem, number two. People with no self-esteem should not be dating. You shouldn't be befriending nobody either because y'all are terrible friends. Terrible friends. You need to be at home in a bubble hiding for 3 years, 4 years, whatever it takes for you to heal from whatever you've been through. You need to be at home hiding. Not really hiding. I mean isolating. You need to be at home isolating. You need to be journaling. You need to be working through your shit. Okay? That's what you need to be doing. Not turning your nose up at a woman who is not dealing with that shit. Because a woman who not dealing with that shit ain't listening to you anyway. Because we are sure of ourselves over here. We trust ourselves over here. We know what's best for us and our children. I ain't got no children, but if I did. We know what's best for our children's over here. And we learn from our mistakes, most importantly, over here. We ain't perfect either. I ain't saying that. We ain't saying we better than nobody, but because we had our share. That's how you think we got this way. Now, what is some out cold girls that had like them hands-on mamas that give you game and them hands-on daddies that give you game. But a lot of us had to bump our heads and get touched the hot stove and learn that way. So you pick your poison, okay? Pick your poison. Hi, Paul. Thank you for watching. Thank you. I appreciate you coming on in. I believe the harder you look, the harder it is to find love. Yeah, when people ask me what kind of man I'm looking for, you know what I always tell them? I say, I'm the woman. I don't look for a man. The man looking for me. Because it's like, we done got so desperate for every woman to be tied to a man. They want you out searching and looking like I'm looking for Where's Waldo in a goddamn book. Y'all remember Where's Waldo? I'm from the 90s, y'all. I'm an 80s baby. Y'all want me looking for a man like we was looking for Where's Waldo in them books in school. Like, I don't understand that shit. Like, looking? I'm supposed to be like this, y'all. Where the man at? I'm finding me a man. What you doing, girl? I'm not looking for a man. Like, what? What? What kind of man you looking for? That's crazy. The proper question is, what kind of qualities in the man would you like? That's the proper question. You're supposed to ask a single woman. Not, well, a single woman that's standing on business and cares and loves herself. Now, the desperate girls, the desperate single girls, they looking. Over here, we ain't looking. The man gonna find us at the gym. Or, I just seen a post. Actually, I just seen a post that said, me laying down waiting for my man to come knock on the door and find me. The girl was laid in her robe with her her mask on and her glass with her eye what's the things called we be wearing under our eyes? Damn. The little self-care things we put under our eyes to depuff our eyes. So the girl had that on, laying on the bed. I'm like, that's me. But it's like, women, we don't look. Well, I wasn't raised to look for a man. The man comes find me, okay? Now, if he about something, that's on him. Now, it's all on you now, buddy, because if you ruin it, whose fault is that? But if you got some seriousness to you, you got real intention, of course I'll give you a try. But if you inconsistent, if you playing on the mind games, look at her on her body, period, neighbor. Get it, girl. Me and my girl be in the gym going crazy. My neighbor, and my other neighbor, he just told me he lost 120 pounds. So off topic. My bad, y'all. Over here, we work out for real. We get down. The same people be in the gym every time I go in there. Anyway, sorry, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, we don't look for the man, though. The man look for us. And, you know, and also, that's just unnatural to be looking for a man as a woman. Like, it's just desperate to me. To me. I've said that before. You say, oh, snap. So I do feel sorry for women who got low self-esteem, but you can work through it and fix it. But it's hard to help people like that because they are very resistant. They don't think nothing wrong with them. Wait, very resistant. Don't think nothing wrong with them. Refuse help. What else? Super victims. Crybaby victim Olympics times 10. Extremely woe is me. Everything is the world's fault to a low self-esteem person. Because, I'm not disregarding whatever happened to them. But they be victim-minded bad. And I can't deal with it. I can't rock with that. I can't deal with that. That would drive me crazy. I'm solution-oriented over here. And we just two different people. It's like water and oil. It just don't mix. And sometimes you can't inspire them, though. You can. If you a woman and you got your ish together and you doing your big one, you can't inspire them. But you can inspire them from afar, but don't hang with them. Because that hanging with them, it can turn to resentment. Envious of your life. Envious of your wise choices you made in life. For example, I chose not to have children, right? These women who made bad choices, because they made bad choices, with low self-esteem, that get pregnant by Tyrone at the car wash, they will crucify you and nail you to the cross because you made a choice. Not all of them, but some of them will, because you made a choice not to have no children. Now they'll tell you babies are a blessing. They'll give you the whole story on, well, my baby saved my life, and my baby helped me do this. My baby gave me motivation to go hard. My baby did this and this and that. Okay, that's good for you. I didn't need a baby for that because I grew up poor from Detroit. So I didn't need a baby to go make me level up my life. I knew I didn't want to be poor. Okay, so they would nail you to the cross for your choices. You make different choices than them. And then they will try to make it like your choice is wrong. They do this. But it's like, okay, you made that choice and I made this choice. Why we can't just have two different paths and just live our lives? Not all of them do that, but some of them do that. And I don't understand that. So you got to be careful, especially if you're a woman with high self-esteem with no kids. You made good choices in your life. You got to be careful. You got to hang around women that's secure. So we ain't going to talk about all the bad. I'm going to tell you the good to hang with. Women that's secure with themselves. Women that's done the work. Because, you could have had low self-esteem, but you've done the work. And you learned self-awareness. And you learned like, okay, I did used to be tripping. Women that's self-aware, secure. Women that's made peace with their choices and decisions and choices in life. What else? Women that's happy in life. Women that's at a good place in life. You can hang with them. But if they ain't doing that and doing what you doing, you better not. It's not smart to hang with them because it just ain't gonna work. It's gonna be talking about you behind your back and passive aggressive comments and slick little nitpicky little stuff they do. So you got to be careful, y'all. I'm just telling y'all from experience because it happens to me often. That's why I'm funny acting in particular. I'm a proud funny acting in particular person. There, I said it. Argue with your mama. I'm very protective over my space, my peace, and my energy. I don't let everybody around me. I don't let everybody all up in my house. I don't be up in everybody's house. I don't hang with everybody. I grew up in the smallest town in Tennessee, and I'm poor and white but love life. Okay, as long as you happy and you love what you love it. If you like it, I love it. Okay. Some people is fine with that. I know for me, I wasn't fine with that. I know for me, I didn't want to take a risk on having no Daquan baby off a possibility that he might be good or he might get it together. You need to be having it together now. You need to be showing me now before a baby is even created. Ain't no waiting until after or during the baby come for you to get it together to decide to have a baby. Hell no. And I knew that at 19. So, another thing too, somebody told me before, this one lady I worked with years ago, she was telling me how her kids, she be stressed out about her kids, right? She got 2 kids. She was telling me in a compliment way though. She wasn't hating. It wasn't no slick, because sometimes they do it on a slick little tip on the kid thing, but she was on some real genuine stuff. She like, man, these 2 kids, they stressing me out. It's a lot being a single mama, and the baby daddy, he ain't worth a damn, whatever. And I was telling her, like, my ex wanted me to have a baby, and I was telling her, because she had her kids in 19, and I was 19 when he wanted me to have a baby. And I was telling her, because this is my story, I tell everybody. I don't care, I tell all the time. I was telling her, I told him at 19, we're young and we're broke, why would I have a baby? So she was like, you told him that? Damn. She said, I wish I would have had a mindset and a thought like you. You was smart, girl. And that's what she said. She really genuinely meant it, though. She wasn't on no hating stuff. So it's like, I'm sorry, sis. Dang, where that chapstick go? I'm sorry, sis, but she was real about it, though. She wasn't no hater. She wasn't being no hater about it. I make you miss your mom. Oh, really? Why you say that? Your mama must have been Judge Judy like me. Strict. I call myself Judge Judy, y'all. Anybody who new to the channel. Your mama must have been a realist. A real one. A real one on the team that kicked that real. I love a real, accountable, raw mama. I love a real, accountable, raw grandma. And a real, accountable, raw auntie. Like them raw ones that be like, you can have fun with him, but you better not get pregnant with him. I love them kind, because I'm that kind. I love them kind. I know you're going to go on and have sex and everything, but you better wear a condom, and you better not get pregnant. You gonna go out there and do some stuff. You're young. See, I'm a real one like that. See, they told us growing up. They lied to us. The video over to y'all. I think that was it for the topic. Now I'm about to ramble. They lied to us. They told us just don't have sex, right? Stay away from boys. Don't have sex. And then in the same sentence, they behind you and press you to have a baby, or rush you to have. When you gonna have a baby? Because I know my daddy wanted me to have a baby with homeboy. This how strong-minded I am, though. I didn't listen to that boyfriend or that daddy. Both of y'all got me fucked up. This womb do what I want to do with this womb. And homeboy was all hype. Homeboy was all hype because my daddy was co-signing an ad-lib for him. Okay, I don't care if the man on the moon approved of you having my child. This womb and cootie cat work when it wants to, and this one produces when it's ready to. Not because no daddy said, no boyfriend said, your cousin around the corner said, ain't nobody running this shit over here but me. My body, my choice. This was 19, I was like this. Strong-minded, don't play with me. My mom raised my sister and me alone and taught school too. You said she was smart. Aww, okay. Okay, mommy. That's nice. I love a smart woman, especially the ones that don't gatekeep. I love my favorite older women. It's the older, raw, real ones, like I said earlier, that don't gatekeep. And them older ones that's not judgmental. Because they done had their fun and they'll tell you, girl, with me, before I married Larry, honey, I had a good time with my boyfriend. I can't say Javon. That's too young of a name. John. Me and John, when I was in high school, we had a fun time. I like them kind of old ladies. They keep it real. Like, I ain't never done anything. I've only been with Larry for 60 years. And I just couldn't imagine doing anything with anyone else. He's the only man I've ever been with. I like them real ones that tell you. Before I was married to Larry, me and John had a ball. And these old women be 70, 80. Old as hell. I love them kind of older real ones. They give you game. They be like, get your education. They be like, don't you have no babies till you get married now. We bring them kind back. Bring them back. Them the kind we need. I like them ones that be like, he ain't doing nothing for you. He's in there doing nothing. He lazy. Don't get with that lazy boy. Them straight like that old ladies. My grandma was like that. My daddy mama. Like I always tell y'all. Them straight like that old ladies. Blessed, okay? Too blessed. Damn. She was a teacher? Your mama was a teacher? That's cool. Aw. Yeah, I know she was smart. Teaching? Ooh wee. Them kids, she had patience. Because, ooh, God. I can't do it. I couldn't do it. Your grandma packed a blicky? Period. My grandma, I'm sure she probably had one in her purse for sure. I know she did. She was crazy. I know she you know what she did? Because I brung this guy over there. He wanted to meet my grandma, right? He told me he wanted to meet her. Man I was dating and with. He said he wanted to meet her. So I said, okay. I called her, went over there, and I think I spoke on this at her funeral. Or I might have told her another story. She always did say some crazy shit. So we go over there. Do y'all know this lady threatened to shoot him? She said, if you do anything to my grandbaby, I'm going to shoot you. She was straight like that. Like, I'm going to shoot you if you do something to my grandbaby. And she used to threaten to beat us with her cane, too. Can barely walk on the cane. Old lady. Can barely walk on the cane. I'm going to beat you with my cane. Like, girl, get your ass on. That girl was crazy. Rest in peace to my grandma, man. Damn, that lady was funny as hell. Lord. What she was doing? What your grandma was doing with a pistol? What? In her purse. I know she had it in her purse or in her pocket or something, in her pants, or she might have wear dresses. You know, old people like to wear dresses and stuff. But go ahead, Granny. Packing your stuff on you. Toting that thing on you, girl. That's crazy. I do not know how to set this thing on chair. Seat in my car. I never knew how. I just used the automatic thing on the back. My grandma popped the car 3 times. Oh, she was a G for real. That's that Tennessee shit. That's that Tennessee. You say you from Tennessee? That's that Tennessee shit right there. You know what? I got a client. He from Tennessee. He's from Nashville. This guy I take care of at my side job. He a biker boy though. He's so sweet. He funny too. He real down to earth. Like he is so like chill, cool as a cucumber. Funny as hell. From Nashville. And he like black girls too. I be like, sir, I'm here to take care of you. You better calm down now. Hey. Not too much. I'm here to take care of you. Pipe down, buddy. All right. But he's still a man. The men clients, they always trying to flirt. They still men. So I don't get mad and get offended. But I just put firm boundaries down. Hey, Mr. Jonathan, I'm here to take care of you. Cut it out. And I give a serious look and a serious tone. And they stop. Henrico. Okay, that's another part of Tennessee. Okay, period. That's the country for real, huh? Your mama was a G. God, man. She was about that life. The country life. I wouldn't last a day in the country. I'm from the city. We got street lights, gas stations, grocery stores. I can't be in the middle of nowhere now. I can't. I heard the country is real peaceful, though. I heard it's real quiet and peaceful. I'm scared, though. Oh, you said a small town. You ain't say the country. I'll be scared though. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to be no middle of nowhere. We Detroit people. We from the city, like city life. I'm about to get ready to go though. About to get ready to go. Look at him. I don't hear people watching in my house, being nosy. This the country? Okay. Down in the country, that's where they at. I'm scared of the country. I'm scared for my life. But yeah, my neighbor, he done lost 120 pounds. I'm so proud of him. He just pulled up. I was like, one day I was walking to get my mail. I talked to him. I'm like, hey. I'm like, you lost some weight, didn't you? He like, yeah, 120 pounds. I said, what? I knew you lost a lot of weight, but I ain't know it was that much. Congratulations. Because I be seeing him on the treadmill getting it in when I be in there on elliptical. And it's the same, like 3-4 people. We be in there going crazy. In the gym going nuts, all right? I trust nature more than people. Yeah, human beings are something else now. Them human beings, that's why I be to myself. I stay to myself. I mind my business. And I do my thing. I live my life. He got a new car? Nosy. No, that ain't him. That's another guy. He looked like the other one here. Anyway. Yes. Nosy, okay? I'm out here being neighborhood watch. You have to keep the community safe. That's what I be telling my sister. I'm the black Karen around here. No, I'm playing. I don't be complaining about nothing. But I be watching. There don't be nothing to complain about for real, though. I'm keeping the community safe. I pay my taxes. That's how them white people Karens be. I was telling my client too about my vacation I just went on, and he was asking how was it, and I said it was like the KKK. They were so damn racist. I need to do a video on it. Them people were so racist as hell. But off topic, so off topic. He like, really? What was they doing? I'm like, man, they was doing everything. He like, that's crazy. I'm like, yeah, that shit was ridiculous. We in 2026 and these folks still act like they can't believe black people is living nice and vacation, and they can't believe. I know you white too, but I don't care. I'm black. Over here we talk about black people stuff. But they just can't believe that we ain't outside picking cotton and raising and being a nanny and being a chef for them. Like, you got a career. Oh my God, where do you work? What do you do? That's what they kept doing. Kept asking. I'm like, ugh. We got careers, sweetheart. All right, I gotta get ready to go. There's only the human race. I don't know about that. There is only the human race. Tell your people that. Because they sure don't act like it's only the human race. They act like we still picking cotton. So you need to tell your people that. Your white people. Hold them accountable. But anyway, so I got to get ready to go, you guys. I've been on here way too long. And Mr. Jason, I thank you so much for coming in and watching my video. And whoever else in here, nobody else in here. Mickey was in here, but he left. He probably at work. So thank you, buddy. I hope you have a good one. And I'm out. So to wrap up this video, please, if you have high self-esteem, love yourself, care for yourself, live your best life and enjoy life, do not hang or befriend people with low self-esteem, okay? Because it will not end well, all right? That's it for the video. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.